We're here back in the fantasy bar for Monday night, talking some MLB, 6 of my favorite plays, including some ways to get different from Coors Field and from those stud pitchers. A couple guys I think are underpriced here tonight. The starting pitcher I think can compete with those big guys. And my favorite play of the night, who we talking about? Belly up to the fantasy barn. Find out. Welcome in, guys. Monday edition Beers Daily Fantasy six-pack, back talking baseball. 6 of my favorite plays for this Monday night slate on FanDuel and DraftKings. Thank you, as always, for stopping by and checking out the video. Before we get into the plays, you guys know the drill. Take a second, click that thumbs up button. That is the tip jar here in the fantasy bar. Thank you for that in advance. Subscribe to the channel. We got crossover going on. We got baseball videos, football videos, betting videos, lots going on here in the fantasy bar. Don't want you to miss any of it. Make sure you're subscribed. And speaking of betting, head over to scoresandodds.com/beer. That link in the description of the video. Groundbreaking new tool, first of its kind in the industry, Parlay IQ, which is going to help you put together parlays, same game parlays, things that correlate well together. This thing is a ton of fun. So when you are done with this video, go and check it out. You're going to love what you see there. Scoresandodds.com/beer. Again, that link in the description of the video. All right, smaller slate of games here on Monday night. We do have Coors Field. We're going to find some plays as usual outside of Coors Field. We have that showdown with Corbin Burnes, Max Scherzer. We're going to try to get different there as well here on this smaller slate. All right, let's start with the Dodgers here. Second base, third base, Max Muncy. So Muncy's starting to heat back up a little bit. It's been kind of a rough year. This guy was a monster last season and still had a decent year, just not as good. I think we still got some time for him to put up some big stats here, and he's starting to get back on track. Hits in 12 of the last 13 games. Now, like I mentioned, the numbers not as high this season, but just going back to last season, big time 277 ISO against right-handed pitchers. And the big thing here with Kelly, the power mix in play for lefties, 38% fly ball rate, 32% hard contact rate. And Kelly been decent this year. Over the last month, not so great. In fact, been terrible against lefties. That's not a good thing here with this Dodgers lineup. 386 WOBA and a huge 380 ISO allowed over the last month to lefties. Max Muncy, Freddie Freeman, these lefties in a good spot tonight against Merrill Kelly. All right, let's go to the infield next at first base. No, we're not going Freddie Freeman. You always could, but we're going Matt Olson of the Braves. So this guy kind of on the other side. We talk about Muncy swinging a good bat. Matt Olson been quiet here. Very, very, very quiet here. And I would expect super low ownership here. And think about the ceiling you're going to get with a guy like Matt Olson at 1%, 2%, 3% owned here. FanDuel all the way down to under 3,000 here. So solid value on Matt Olson. 244 ISO against right-handed pitching. Hard contact rate wherever we want it in the mid-40s. And that batting average on balls in play just 262. So as we always talk about, anything under 300, these numbers could be even better. Got a little bit unlucky here for Matt Olson. Now Abbott on the other side. Very limited sample here. That sample's been bad. 367 weighted OBA allowed, 268 ISO. Just the kind of matchup that can wake up a bat like Matt Olson. All right, next play. We're not done with Atlanta. We're going to the outfield. Michael Harris II. Now this is an Atlanta bat that's been swinging well. This guy's been solid all season long, even hitting down the order, and that helps in ownership. A lot of people don't want the guys down the order. I think it's a mistake here with Michael Harris. 7 multi-hit games from him already over the first 3 weeks here of the month of September. Leads this Atlanta team. WOBA over 400. ISO at almost 300 against righties. So big time numbers for Harris. We mentioned Abbott, limited sample, not been good. Power mix there, and that fly ball rate, 66%. Not great when you're getting the ball up in the air that much to go along with a 32% hard contact rate. There will be some home runs here tonight. I think Michael Harris, certainly one, going to put one in the seats against Mr. Abbott. All right, let's go to starting pitcher next. I promised you a guy that can compete with the Burnes, the Scherzers, the Kershaws of the world in the strikeout department. For me, that's Edward Cabrera of Miami. Now, does Cabrera have the same ceiling as those guys? Obviously not. We know that. But can he get you close? Can he get you 7, 8, 9, 10 strikeouts in a game to get you there with those guys? I absolutely think that's within the realm of possibilities here. In fact, the last time he played the Chicago Cubs team, 8 strikeouts, no hits allowed in just 5 innings. So, yes, we'd like to see him pitch deeper into the games, but the pitch counts are all near 100 in these starts. So if you can be a little bit more efficient, get deeper in the game, I don't think double-digit strikeouts out of the question here for Edward Cabrera. Another thing, his strikeout rate against righties tick higher than it is in general, over 27%. Looks like 6 of the projected starters of the Cubs hitting from the right side of the plate, and 8 of their 9 projected hitters with a strikeout rate at 22% or higher. As a team, they're in the bottom 10 in strikeout rate as well against right-handed pitchers. A lot of things to like here with Edward Cabrera. The savings, the biggest part, and the potential ownership down there off those studs and off Coors Field. Love me some Edward Cabrera tonight against the Chicago Cubs. All right, back to the bats, back to the outfield. Anthony Santander of the Orioles. So another guy like Olsen, been kind of quiet, shouldn't see a ton of ownership here, kind of flying under the radar, even on a smaller slate here, but a great matchup with Alexander, who we'll talk about in a minute. But Santander, been solid here against left-handed pitching this season, 239 ISO, 376 the weighted OBA for him this year. Alexander, 350 WOBA allowed to righties, 210 ISO as well, so not been great here. Santander, again, FanDuel, price all the way down to under 3K. Gonna be easy to build a lineup on FanDuel we like at low ownership with a stack with a higher end pitcher, however we want to do it. Santander, great value there, under 3K. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Monday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest. Very easy to play. All you got to do, make sure you've hit that like button, get in the comment section right below the video, and guess fantasy points on FanDuel for my highest scoring hitter. You don't even have to name the hitter. All we need is the fantasy points for whichever of the 5 bats I give you is the highest scoring output. Closest guess going to win themselves a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. Yes, I said free. A chance to check everything out behind the scenes. And while you're down there, who's your beast of the night? Sound off. Who's your favorite play here on this Monday Night Baseball slate? All right, let's wrap this baby up with my favorite play. You know him as the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We're going to stay right there with the Baltimore Orioles. We're going to knock out your catcher spot on DraftKings FanDuel. You want to pair him with Olsen. You got that utility spot. We'll roll with the young stud, Adley Rutschman, tonight's Beast of the Night. So Rutschman had that hot streak coming up, has hit some cold streaks as you'd expect as a rookie, but really starting to heat up again here as the season closes down. 3 multi-hit games for him over the last 5. Now, this is what I really like. We look at the surface numbers against lefties. Nobody's going to be excited to hit the button on Adley Rutschman. It's not been great. But when you narrow that sample down to the last month, we're seeing an ISO at 250 against lefties. We mentioned Alexander, not been great against right-handed hitters. Also, power mix is squarely in play here. 41% fly ball rate, 34% hard contact rate. We're going with the phenom here, Adley Rutschman, my favorite play on the board, and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it here for Monday night in the Fantasy Bar. Any comments, questions, or feedback, please hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points on FanDuel for my highest scoring hitter for a chance at some free RotoGrinders Premium. Make sure you check out scoresandodds.com/beer. That parlay IQ tool, I'm telling you, is a ton of fun. Was messing around with it yesterday. You're going to love it. So head over there. Again, that link in the description of the video. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Best of luck on the slate tonight. We'll be back with another baseball video tomorrow. We'll have football videos coming later this week. More baseball on Friday. Busy time here in the Fantasy Bar. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck, and we'll see you.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist